Good morning, everybody. How are you? Give me 1 second, guys, and then we're going to get into it. Trying to get everything set up. It takes a little second. Some of y'all go live. Y'all know how it is. I appreciate you all being here.
Food banks are experiencing
very much. Short bus pull up. Hello, how are you? Let me say this before I continue greeting everybody. Short bus, I appreciate your lives. You have me in there laughing, and sometimes it's much needed. So please keep doing what you're doing. It's very it's helpful to a lot of people. Melanie the moderator, hello, welcome. Shalom Benson, hello, welcome. Thank you for being here. Jordan Katif, hello, how are you? Thank you for coming in, Jordan. I appreciate you. Food Forest Permaculture, hello, how are you? Thank you for coming in. Woman and Woman Homestead, hello, how are you? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys being here. GSM, hello. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Try it, buy it, make it, sell it. Hello, thank you for being here. Guys, Dan, Permaculture Food Forest, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Today, we're going to do a little talk about what's going on in Michigan and what our governor has now put into place for the Michigan residents. So come on in. We're going to chop it up. We're going to talk about it. Some may agree with it. Some may disagree. But we got to do what we have to do. I hope everyone is well. Chrysler Imperial, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. I haven't been over to your lives lately. I be catching it at the wrong time. But I do appreciate you, and I enjoy sitting in your lives. Let's see who else we have in here. I don't want to miss anybody, but we're going to get right into it. We have 12 people in the building. I ask you guys, if you're coming in, please thumbs up the live for the host. I greatly appreciate that. It helps me out a lot with the algorithm. So, to spread my video out. So, if you have not hit the like button, please hit the like button for the host. All right, we're going to get into it. Now, in Michigan, our governor, Gretchen Whitmer, of course, she's put the stay-at-home order in effect, which, like a lot of you guys in your state, is pretty much going through the same thing. Non-essential businesses will remain closed until April the 30th, and then as of April the 30th, she'll see if they're going to extend the stay-at-home order. Suzette Meeks, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. They're going to see if they're going to extend that order. Now, here's the thing. When I went in the store the other day, I noticed that the garden seeds had been roped off with caution tape, like you meaning don't even try to go in the packs because you're not going to be able to get it. So what the governor here has done, it has deemed our state to tell all the stores, the big box stores, Myers, Angela Garden Sense, hello, thank you for being here. Myers, Menards, Home Depot, Lowe's, to not sell any gardening stuff. It's considered non-essentials. Your seeds, your starts, all of that, your fruit trees, Walmart and all of them, all of that is considered to be non-essential. You cannot sell it. Now, of course, I'm a gardener, so I beg to differ. And I like to eat what I grow, and I'm trying to be self-sustainable by growing my own food. That's one thing. But I'm going to get into that theory in a minute, and then I'm going to get into the theory where I understand why she is considering these things to be non-essential. It's not so much that they're non-essential, but what that will do if they open up those departments. So I got my notes here. Now the new order prohibits people from traveling on vacation to lower the maximum occupancy in stores. They want us to lower the maximum occupancy in stores. I went to Home Depot the other day to try to get some fence planks to put up my fence in the new orchard, and it was a line. And the line wasn't so much long. It might have been 20 people in a line, but it was 6. They have markers in the ground where you have to stand on the marker to stay 6 feet apart from the person in front or in back of you, which makes the line look even more longer than what it actually is. They're only allowing 2 people to come out, then 2 people can come in. The maximum people that can be in a store, which includes the employees, are 50 people. So once 2 people come out, 2 can go in. Now this Home Depot. Now for me, the minimum that I spend in Home Depot, time-wise, is about an hour. Because it's going to take me about 15 minutes to get to where I'm going. And then to figure out what all this wall of stuff, what I need, and to get somebody to assist me. So that's pretty deep. Now, a friend of mine told me, he was like, well, try going around 4:30, 5 o'clock. That's when all the businesses are pretty much shutting down for the day, the workmen, the contractors, and they don't need to be in there. So I rode up about 5 o'clock, and sure enough, that was the sweet spot. Now, they close at 6. So you got to get in there and know what you want. So I was able to get into Home Depot that particular day with no problems. But once I went in there, I was like, They ask you at the door what you coming for, what you need. So I could tell you before you get in here if you're going to be able to buy it or not. So I told her what I needed. And she was like, okay, come on in. You can purchase that. But I did notice to my left was the garden department, closed down. Big thing of seeds, roped off. The paint department, shut down. You can't get anything out of the paint department. You can't get anything out of the garden department. You can't buy any floor tile, grout, all of that stuff. That is considered to be non-essential. So it is limited to what you can buy now. In the wood, lumber, plumbing, electrical, tools, you're good. But the rest of those departments, you can't buy anything. Angela Garden says, if I haven't spoken to you, hello. Thank you for coming in. I truly appreciate you. So that kind of put a bummer on my trip a little bit, but not really, because I was going to get the fence planks. But I'm just that girl that every time I go into Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, I gotta stop in the garden department and see what they got. That's not happening now. Now in Lowe's, I don't know if it is today, because everything is changing every couple of days. The last time I went in Lowe's, I was able to go in the garden department and to purchase something from there. So I'm not sure today how that is. I just completely gave up on it. But I'm going to tell you this. I am so thankful for DD's Pharmacy sending me those seeds, because that really helped me out a lot for my gardening season. Also, I'm saying that, how does that affect a lot of us, we buy our starts from Home Depot. A lot of us, we buy our seeds from Home Depot or Lowe's or Walmart. Our trees from Home Depot, Lowe's or Walmart. Now, that's just happening in my state. I don't know if it's happening in you guys' state. Charm in if it is. let us know. But our governor is very, very serious about it. And actually, she's going to do the city address today at 3 o'clock to talk more about the stay-at-home order. And it might be extended. But before we get into our opinion on what's going on in Michigan, let me say this, that they're blocking off the section in the stores to help reduce the spread of the virus. And this is the season where everybody is going out. People in Michigan, they do a lot of gardening, and not just food gardening, but landscape gardening as well. They're very big on that. So I can understand that, because it's going to shut down and slow down that forced crowd. And right around this time, all of our big box stores are selling their trees, and they're grabbing them like crazy. But again, it's to help slow it down a little bit. Now, Michigan Farm Bureau is pushing back on that. They like, wait a minute, you can't do this, because now you're going to hurt the Michigan economy, because they're saying that 580 billion to 580 million to 700 million in retail sales are on the line. Well, if I grow these tomato plants and we stock the shelf and nobody's buying them, they're going to die and go to waste. So that's a lot of money that the people have put into supplying these stores with the different plants, trees, vegetables, whatever it is, for them to just sit there and pretty much die off and go to waste. Because at Home Depot is not the ones that's watering those plants. It's normally the vendors who supply the plants, send their own people in to water them. If they're not selling, how long you can let a tomato plant grow before you look at it to be undesirable? Because once it starts to fruit, you really don't want to purchase that. Well, you shouldn't. If it's already got fruit on it, you want to leave that there, because the likelihood of you bringing it to your spot and trying to get it acclimated to your area, it can take it into transplant shot, and it can cause it to kind of weak and whittle, and you already got the fruit on there. So that energy is going up into the fruit and not into getting established in the ground. So that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money that the state is that these farmers are losing, because they've already put this into mass production. Now that fear is in me, because I normally do buy starts, because I don't do everything from seed. I don't have the room to do everything from seed. But I go to the nursery, and I was saying this in my live a couple of lives ago. I'm wondering if they're going to be able to sell starts and open a nursery. Now, I know the nursery that I go to in Sterling Heights, it be jam-packed. And trying to do 6 feet social distancing, I don't see it happening. I kind of understand where she's going with it, but they can allow the people. Now, on all fairness, Menards, you can still purchase stuff from Menards. You just have to do a pre-order online. They gather it up for you, and then you come in and you pick up your order. And that includes your seeds, your trees, or whatever. But why do I want John to go and pick me out a tree? He doesn't know what I want. He doesn't know what to look for. The same thing with my vegetables. He doesn't know what to look for. Sometimes with my plants, I try to find the ones that got 2 plants in it, because my little cheap self will split it apart, and I got 2 for 1. But these are things that you have to take into consideration. Are you going to take the chance for someone else, for Mary to go and pick out your plants for you? Now, I don't think I am, unless it's like a cucumber. It's just not worth it to me. I just Might as well go on and just grow it from seeds, or you say you cheat too short bus. Grow it from seed, or just not have it that year, or try to luck up and maybe one of my co-gardeners have it, and I can get a extra start from them. So it's like it's an inconvenience for a lot of us, but you got to go back to what a lot of people have been saying for a while now. Grow your own food, and now we're pushing save your own seeds. It's important because what if this happened again? We're still codependent on certain things to make sure that our existence is healthy and our well-being. We have to kind of get away from that a little bit. Now that the stores are saying that seeds are not essentials, plant starts are not essential, how do you provide for your family? By going into your seed packs or order your seeds ahead of time and growing from seed. Now, again, it's virtually impossible for me to grow everything from seed. I don't have the space. I'm so crammed out right now around my house. The food forest is in the house. It's not even outside yet. It's in the house. The kitchen is just, every time I go in the kitchen, I just be like, oh. I come in my office, I'm like, oh, we got to get this stuff moved out. But because of our weather here, we still have some frost days. That's just not possible for me. Move Gardner, hello. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. So, I don't know if it's happening in y'all states yet. I've been hearing about it, but what are you going to do? Like, what can we do? This is a situation. Why would you consider me growing my own food to be non-essential? And then I go to the grocery store and they're almost out of everything. So it's like a luck of the draw. You got to know when the truck coming to drop the stuff off to be able to get it. Laugh out loud, backyard gardener for the indoor food forest. Yeah, it is. It's bad in here, Angela. I mean, between the plants and the grandbabies and the people, it's like we bumping into each other for real. So I do understand what she's saying because it does draw a crowd, especially around springtime. Everybody want to get out in their garden. But what is the best thing right now to calm the people down, give them a little hope, make them feel some type of joy in this stay-at-home process? Is, to me, is gardening or whatever hobby that you may have. It's a good time to clean your yard. Now, they're also saying that landscapers are not supposed to be working either. Well, okay, I got a major problem with that. Because the Warren is pushing back, Sterling Heights is pushing back on that. Because now you're saying we can't hire our landscapers to come out and clean our yards. Okay, now I got a lawnmower. Y'all know the last time I cut that lawnmower, that was rough on. Cut the grass, it was rough. But I got a nice, strong son and some nice, strong neighbors that would love to help me out. But what about those senior citizens who do not have that? The resources of people to come and help them out, that becomes a problem because tall grass can create a problem. It can create a problem for rodents to be running through. It can create a problem. Peek into the super channel. Hello, how are you? It can create a channel for, not a channel. New Orleans Gardener, hello, thank you for coming in. It can create a problem. So you have a lot of people who depend on those landscapers to come and to clear their land and to keep it all nice and edged up. And it also helps with the plants and stuff that we plant. It also helps with water runoff. You know, it really benefits our area and it really benefits the earth. So doing that, that's kind of hard. Melanie, the moderator, keep an eye on that. Please. So that's kind of hard. right there. That's a difficult situation. So I don't know how that's gonna go. But right now we have we're currently in Michigan is the third highest numbers of the COVID-19 cases. We have 1,076 people who have died from the virus. So I understand her trying to get a cap on it by stopping social distancing. But I'm gonna say this to understand that with the social distancing, she need to look into it as a governor a little bit more closer, because our party stores, they're packed. The liquor stores, they're packed. They ain't social distancing or nothing. And I got a problem with that, because you're saying that no, you can't go in and buy these seeds and buy these starts because we have to practice the social distancing to try to keep the virus out. And I understand that. But you should have been closed these liquor stores, and they're not going to do that. And they're not going to do it for a couple of reasons. One, I don't even know if it's a money issue, because they're losing, like I said, the Farm Bureau is losing $580 million to $700 million in money, so that's why they're pushing back. But they have yet to close one store that sells liquor. Now, I do understand that the CVS's, they stopped selling cigarettes and liquor a long time ago. Probably about a year ago here, so you can't buy that there. But why is that more of an essential than me going out and purchasing my starts and my seeds to feed my family? And then the stores are not practicing social distancing. A&M Rooted Buffalo, thank you for coming in. So I'm not I don't understand it. And in some states, I think in Indiana, they got drive up, where you could drive up and get your order from out the party stores. So that's pretty cool for them. But I think it has to be a balance on what you consider to be essential and what you consider to be non-essential. And she's coming on at 3 o'clock. Our governor is coming on at 3 o'clock because she wants to, What I Grow Hello, address the state about a few things with the stay-at-home order. April the 30th is when they claim it's going to be lifted, but honestly, I don't think it's going to be lifted for us April 30th, because she's already saying that this is probably going to go on to June. Our kids are not, they're done for the year as far as going to school, so they're not going back to year. Now, I've been watching in the New York governor talking about how when the state opens back up, the kids will not go back to school. Well, you got a lot of people who depend on the kids going to school so they can go to work. That's going to be an issue and a problem too. So I don't know how we're going to get through this. I'm sure that they're racking their brains real hard to figure it out. And even with higher up, the president is trying to figure out how he's going to slowly open up different states so that we can kind of get the economy back pumping, the blood flowing in the economy. But I don't see our state, by we being a hot spot, doing it too soon. And we do have to be careful. Is it worth me trying to go out to get that cucumber plant that I don't have seeds for? No, not really. You know what I'm saying? And then if I am going out, I gotta have my mask on, and I try to have gloves on, and I just try to be careful as possible, because I'm telling you, this thing is serious. I've personally lost 3 close friends family friends from this situation. And the terrible, I think what's the most hurting is that you can't even really go and pay your last respects because the families are saying that, you know, they're just going to have a small crowd because people are actually catching the virus going to funerals because other people in there have the virus. So we just have to, yeah, thank you, Suzette. We just have to be careful, and it's so serious. A lot of people I see on Facebook and YouTube and different platforms are trying to do little things to cheer you up by making the little challenges and whatnot. And I love seeing the ones where they dress up and they looking regular and then they block the camera and show themselves. I love seeing those. It really kind of helps. That's why I was saying to Short Bus Pull Up, I do like being in his live stream because he do make me laugh. New Orleans Gardner, she goes live. I love being in her live streams because it's a great distraction from what's going on. And sometimes that's just needed. That's just needed. So we're going to get through it because we some praying folks. And prayer does make a difference. But it's just right now we just got to be wise and we got to be smart. So if she feels that stopping the sale of seeds is considered a non-essential, then, I mean, what can I do? I can't go in there and make it happen. But I do feel sorry for these businesses that invest so much money in trying to grow this stuff to sell, because I'm telling you, spring in Michigan is like a holiday. It's like you're coming out of that dormant stage and everything is coming to life, and people want to get out and they want to garden, they want to beautify their front yards and backyards. You got to order that stuff online now and pick it up. So Menards is doing that. I don't know if Home Depot is doing it though. Last week I was able to just walk in the store, Ace Hardware, and pick up some seeds. I don't know if I can do it today because, like I say, every 2 to 3 days things just change. Things just change. Dave the Hillside Gardener, hello. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. What I Grow, hello. How are you? So this stay-at-home order, at first, I'm going to tell you, that first 15 days, when it first started in March, the stay-at-home order, it was so hard for me because I'm a road runner. I'm always going. Cheryl's Organic Food for us. Hello, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. It was really kind of hard for me. But now we're like almost in 30 days in with this. It's gotten a whole lot better. Like I'll go out every 2 days. And that's something that I really, really have to get because the rate here is so high. With this virus that's spreading around, like today, and then when I do go out, I'm going out with a list. I'm like writing down everything I need because I don't want to be like, oh, I forgot this, I didn't get this, like I was out yesterday. And this is what I noticed yesterday. Lex in the garden, hello, welcome. Thank you for being here, Lex. I appreciate you.
I don't know that.
My thing thought I was talking to her. I appreciate you for being here. This is an awesome channel right here. He's doing great things. He's a small YouTube channel, but he's a big gardener. And guys, if you have the opportunity, write that name down. Go and check him out. He's really doing great over there on his garden. Those cabbages are looking awesome. So check out Lex. I've been following him for a while now. So check him out if you can. Love Skin Hair and Garden, hello. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you. This is another awesome channel coming in. So yeah, that growing your own food, to me, it is essential. And we have to start thinking on ways to become more self-sustainable, not only with our food but with our seeds. I'm hearing a lot of things that's going on with the different farms, as far as the meat farms. Their workers are getting sick. I read that over 800 of their workers, and one of the major people that supply our meat, over 800 workers are out under quarantine. So that they had to shut that facility down because they don't have nobody to run it. That's not no easy entry level type thing that you could do, is come in and butcher up a cow or a pig. That's pretty labor intensive. So they had to shut it down because they don't have anybody to work. So that can have an effect on us. So we really do need to start thinking more serious about growing our food. Cheryl's Organic Food Forest, did I speak to you? If I hadn't, hello, thank you for coming in. So if you got seeds, great. I know Supreme Family Garden is doing a giveaway. I don't know the rules of the giveaway, but he has tons of seeds, and him and his wife is giving away seeds to people. If you need them, get them. If you don't need them, bless somebody else with them if you happen to win, because it's important to save seeds. And last year, I wind up using a lot of my seeds up or giving them away because I didn't know if they were still valuable or not. But this year, it just so happened people were sending me seeds. Dave the Hillside Gardener sent me seeds. Eric Hall sent me seeds. DD Pharmacy sent me seeds. And I'm so thankful right now, because to me, those seeds are gold. They worth the weight in gold, because it's going to allow me to get out there and get my garden together. Garden Ho, hello. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Thank you. This is my neighborhood organization shirt, Craneswood. So I just grabbed it to do this live video. It's been rough over here. And then trying to come on live. You know, the hair salons is closed, so I got to let the head wrapped up. It's rough. Let me see. Cheryl's Organic Food Forest. Some of them leaks. Oh, okay. My kids are bossing me too, and I'm glad to know. Yeah, and those at home with them babies, they get it. Especially those that love to send their babies out to school every day. Like, go to school, and then you get mad at the teacher, because I bet y'all respect them teachers now. Because y'all like, whew, they got to deal with this all day. I've always respected our teachers, though, because I already know it's rough, and I appreciate them. But yeah, it's a lot of things that's going on right now in the state, and it's a lot of things that we need to pray for, and we got to pray for each other. It's important that we pray for each other, because we need it. We absolutely need it. It's a lot going on. It's a lot of people that's not working. Our teachers is not working right now. The summer, the summer is pretty much over. Some people are homeschooling here. The teachers were sending packages home. They completely done stopped. There's no more packages. The kids don't have an assignment or whatever. So, like I was telling my son, you gotta be the teacher. You gotta make them. My son, one of my grandsons start kindergarten next season. Like, he need to be working on some ABCs and some adding, basic adding, and a little bit of reading. So it's a lot for us to deal with. It's a lot for the people at home. What they are doing, people, the kids that are home from school, the governor did advocate for them to get bridge cards and extra money, because they're not giving it to the school for the school lunches, so that they're putting it back in the household. So whether you on public assistance or not, they're going to give it to you. You just apply for your card, and there's no stipulations on what you have to have, because you will be surprised how many people are not eating that meal. When I started foster care, I noticed that when I started doing foster care many years ago, I noticed that a lot of people don't have family. And I never knew that. I grew up with my mom, my dad, and all we are is about family. So I guess I was living a sheltered life. I didn't realize that there's so many people out there who do not have family as a support person. So for all the grandmoms out there that's, I watch your video and you got your grandbabies out there with you, blessings on blessings on blessings to you, because so many people who don't have that support or have that distance relationship with their loved ones. And you have to pray for these babies, because they're affected by this too. Being at home, sometimes going to school is an outlet. It's a lot of strange things that go on in the homes. Everybody is not just being right to their kids. You know, we got a lot of abuse, so we got to remember all of those. I appreciate you guys coming in and spending time with me. It's a lot of things going on, but we're going to get through it. We have to keep gardening. I watched Angela's Busy Bee Gardening Homestead. She's up and growing. A lot of people were saying that they're starts and they're going to give them to families that want to start a garden. If you can do that, that's a blessing. If you have a community garden in your area where the Lowe's is not selling and you got extra stock, it's good to, maybe they can come to you and let them know that you're available and they'll purchase from you. That'll be a great situation for them and for you. So again, the virus doesn't, it scares me. It really does. For the most part, I'm staying as safe as possible. I'm fighting it internally by making sure that I keep my vitamin C, making sure that I keep all my herbs and stuff. And that's one of the things that we need to do. If you have any type of underlying health issues, we should not be out there. We shouldn't, because the thing is serious. Our hospital staff is way overworked. And they're going through mentally as well, because they're seeing things they have never seen before. To see people dying at the rate that they are dying, that's mentally hard on a person. So I mean, we got to remember our nurses and even down to the orderlies in the hospital that cleans the hospital up. That's the doctors. That's just, you got to make a decision on who get a ventilator, who don't get a ventilator. That's hard on them. So, and then the people at the stores, we have about 3 of our Kroger workers have passed away in Michigan from this virus. You know, it's like everybody is hiring, and you have to make a decision on, okay, do I get out here and I get this job? I'm subjecting myself to possibly getting sick, and I don't know what the outcome is going to be. It's hard. Martine Brachot, hello. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you being here. So it's like, it's these, yeah, the people in the stores are really brave. Really brave. And that's another thing. Like, I don't understand why they still have the McDonald's, the Burger King. Why are they still open? Like, close them down. Here, you can't go in. Now you have to go through drive-through. And if you're like a Uber Eats or working for them, you got to pick up your order through the drive-through. They won't even let you in. Everybody got a shield up, a little piece of plexiglass. That's all the protection you giving me? Is a piece of plexiglass? It ain't worth it. It's not worth it. I mean, I think they make minimum wage. right now, anybody that has to work, nurses, any type of that absolutely have to be out there, which is your nurses, your mail carriers, um, your essential store personnel. I just feel like all through this pandemic, they should be getting more money. They should be getting a lot more money. What I grow, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. So we just have to keep them in mind because this thing is so serious. And a lot of times we get comfortable and we forget how serious it is. And that's why I don't go out every day, because I'll start to get a little comfortable or get a little forgetful and not do what I need to do to protect myself. Oh, man, I forgot my gloves. Oh, I forgot my mask. Just try not to go out every day. And try not to go, if you don't have to go out, don't go out at all. My son, he hasn't been out. I asked him, well, do you want to just ride with me to get a little air? And he was like, nope, I'm good. He haven't been out since the whole thing started. Here, he'll walk around the house, go in the backyard or whatever, but as far as trying to go out, nope, we don't. So we definitely got to be careful, and I understand why she's saying certain things is essential, but a pack of seeds and the gardening shops do draw a big crowd of people. It will draw a big crowd of people. So I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna have any starts this year. And like I say, I can't grow everything from seeds. I just don't have the room for it. So it'll be some things that will not be in my garden this year, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So that's all I got. I thank each and every one of you for being here. Cheryl, Organic Food Force, thank you for coming in. Suzette Meeks, Melanie, the moderator, New Orleans Gardener, and everyone else. Martine Brachot, Food Force, Permaculture, Garden Hoe. Thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate you. I will see you guys either in your live or the next video. Stay safe and happy gardening, everybody.